Welcome back to another episode of Allowed to Ask. Mom, I feel like we haven't been here in like 4,000 weeks, but it's only been a week.
Correct.
What's going on? How are you?
Life is great.
Okay.
No
Lovely to
complaints.
hear that. We're sitting here with the amazing, special, super delicious and handsome, tall Jewish man, Max Cohen. Hi.
True. How are you? Great
Also
to be
known
here.
as Murray Hillboy.
Yeah, currently known.
Is that what we want to? Is that what we want to be referred to? Like, oh, this is Murray Hillboy.
Right now, it's very Hannah Montana, Miley Cyrus. I think in the future, once I age out of Murray Hill, we'll have to rebrand. But for now, we're rolling with it.
Then
so-
you could be like Tribeca boy.
Yeah,
Or Tribeca Daddy.
yeah. Well, yeah.
No.
Okay.
What's
Probably neither of those.
Okay.
I might just like go to Max because I'm gonna like run out of like relevant New York City locations.
Okay.
The plan's like to move to West Village. So if we think of a word that starts with W,
West Village woman.
right, and that's like the big problem I'm facing. That's what all my friends tell me. We'll see. Murray Hill.
West Village wingman. There you go.
That's the best I've heard yet.
I know. That's what I'm here. I'm a creative. So we know like nothing about you. Because our first
Except
time
that
meeting
he's
you.
funny.
Except that you're funny and hilarious, and your TikToks literally make us scroll for hours and hours and hours because you're so captivating. So tell us a little bit about who you are, where you're from, like what you're doing now, what you were doing. Just give us all the good stuff.
Wow. Okay. I am from the 5 towns, which people are always surprised to hear about. I have friends from all over Long Island, as one does. So
Is
that's
it on Long Island or in Long Island?
which one did I just say?
You didn't say either. I'm
Okay,
curious.
because if I said in, cut it out. It's 100% on Long Island. Because like you're on an island. Like think if you were on a deserted island, you'd be. I just said it. You're on a deserted island.
Absolutely.
What town though?
Like should I get more specific than 5 towns?
Yeah,
Whatever
because
you
I
want.
always liked South Shore boys.
Okay.
Yeah,
East
I'm out.
Rockaway.
Oh, okay.
East Rockaway might not actually be one of the 5 towns.
I thought it was Oceanside, Hewlett,
Cedarhurst.
Cedarhurst.
Yeah. So nonetheless, I'm from East Rockaway. I
Okay.
say I'm from the 5 towns because no one knows what that is.
And my dad's from Jericho, and he's always like, oh, South Shore boys. Like, he's like not into them.
Yeah.
Well, he's not into him. He just doesn't know.
There's a big cultural
But isn't it
divide.
also like a North Shore versus South Shore thing? I
Correct.
think
Yeah,
my
it
dad
is.
was a North Shore guy, so he's like, fuck South Shore.
And I was a North Shore girl, but I always liked South Shore boys.
Because South Shore boys like work hard for like what they have and like weren't born on the North Shore and just
And also, there's Mother Kelly's.
right little things like that. Better food, a little bit more down to earth.
Mother
a little
Kelly's
bit.
and Wall's Bakery.
100%.
The Philly Fluff. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. It's the reason that shivas are fun.
Yeah.
Which honestly, there are other reasons why shivas are fun, but that's definitely a big one for me personally, and I'll never miss a shiva because of it.
I usually bring the same cake from my favorite bakery, which is Bees Cakes in Armonk. And it's a chocolate chip loaf. And I get to the shiva and I open it up immediately.
Yeah, of
and then I
course.
take like a nice big slice. And I
course.
usually FIFO. I'm first in and then I'm out.
Right.
You
After
go
the
for the
slice.
own cake that you're bringing.
Yeah, sure.
No, absolutely agree with
It's
that.
the only excuse to eat it.
Like, don't even say like I'm sorry to the person who's there. Just walk in, eat your cake, and leave. It's like,
No, I
You're
say-
having your cake and eating it too.
correct.
Right.
I say it while I'm eating.
yeah.
Like, I'm so sorry for your loss.
Gotta go.
Anyway, nice little cake bit there. What do you do for work? Tell me more
Sure.
of that stuff.
Graduated college just about 2 years ago.
Where did you go to school?
Tulane, Roll Wave,
Heard of it?
best place on earth.
Really?
God bless New Orleans.
Not
God
gonna
bless the
lie, I
people who
visited
live there.
Tulane and I asked someone, I was like, oh, it's a game. Like, where's the tailgate? And they were like, there is no tailgate. And I was like, I can't go here.
So you're revealing your age because I would have said the same thing, but now people go to the games. Which like
Okay.
if you said that when I
No, but
went
I'm
there.
not saying I want to go to the game. Like, I went to
No, no.
Syracuse. I didn't go to any games.
You want to go to the party.
Oh wait, you didn't go to the tailgate?
Well, I asked someone, I
No,
was
your
like,
host was weird.
no.
No, like wait, we don't really have like tailgates. They're just like regular darties that are like pretty casual, and people don't even wear Tulane clothes. It's like we care so little about our football team that we'll just wear like green, blue, and or white.
So
it's
the
like
funny
try
thing-
hard if you actually wear Tulane.
So
But
the
that's
funny
changing.
thing is that I went to Syracuse and I didn't give a jack shit about the actual sport. And like you would think I was wearing like cute little like blue and orange outfits. No, I look back at my tailgate outfits. I was wearing like the high socks, the jean shorts. My friend wore like a biker half zip up once. Horrible, horrible outfit. So
You were
really big.
spirited.
yeah, but I might as well have painted my face half orange, half blue. It was pretty embarrassing.
But I remember the big thing for you. I mean, there were like 90 festivals. I remember when I went on the information tour, I guess with our loser tour guy, he said there were like 90 festivals or so. There was
Yeah.
a
yeah,
lot
that
of
was
stuff
actually my
going on.
bad that I totally disregarded a school by asking the fucking tour guide. Like, obviously, he's not at the tailgate because he's giving the tours.
My tour guide. One, I know a kid in my frat who did tours and was an amazing person. But yeah, the
No
majority of them
shame
were,
on
like,
tour guides.
No shame, but like the majority are bad. Mine was in ROTC, which is like the army people, and it was a she, so you can imagine what kind of woman ends up in the RTC at Tulane. It was downpouring rain, and I literally left that school, and I was like, yeah, find me at Michigan. I didn't get it. That's not true. That's not true. I was waitlisted, then deferred, or whichever one makes
whichever
one
get
makes
in.
sense.
Right.
My dad
still didn't get it.
No. When I was deferred, I was deferred, then waitlisted. When I was waitlisted, my dad declined it on my behalf without telling me, and he's like, "No one, like you don't wait for anybody."
Well, that reminds me when I wanted to visit Indiana, and I was going with my 2 best guy friends in high school, and I get a text from my friend, and he goes, "Hey." My mom was taking us on the trip to Indiana to tour the school, and my friend goes, "Hey, your mom just texted me saying she's not taking you anymore because she doesn't want you to go there. She wants you to be closer." I was like, "What?"
Closer?
And that's on Jewish moms.
And that's on Jewish moms.
That's actually
Yeah, because I knew she would like it, and she wasn't going
Right.
there. So I was like, we're not going to even visit it.
Yeah, that was fucking
And to
rude,
go
though.
with her two cute like guy friends, like
yeah,
she
no,
would
that
have
would
liked
never
it even
work.
more.
Also, like I stayed at Alpha Phi when I visited Indiana, and like that place was terrifying.
Was it?
They do like that thing where like all of them sleep in the same room, so it's like a room with 100 bunk beds and 200 girls. I stayed in their day rooms because they have separate rooms for night and day. Indiana's intense.
Yeah.
Like-
but like, is Syracuse any less intense?
No, but you're not surrounded by farms, or are you?
I'm sorry, my homeless crackhead whores.
Oh, so that's New Orleans. That's Tulane.
Yeah, perfect. So we had
Right.
the same college experience.
Exact same.
Okay. What do you do for work?
Oh, right. Okay. Graduated from Tulane 2 years ago. Went like right from Birthright to.
Oh my God, same. I did birth after college too. Changed my life. Made me want to marry a Jew. Crazy.
I felt the way before Birthright.
Well, I didn't never want to not marry a Jew. I just,
That just, like,
always
confirmed
ended
it.
up dating guys with crosses on their necks.
Sure.
Jesus.
I'm never gonna tell you guys what I do for work. Wait, I don't even know where I left off. Okay.
Birthright.
Right from Birthright. Not a second to breathe. Start my job at a big law firm, which I won't be sharing the name of, so we can just
That's fine.
jump
You
over
don't have
that.
to use names if you don't.
Yeah.
Unbeknownst to me, was placed in the investment funds team, and I'm not a math boy. I'm barely a law boy.
You're a Murray Hill boy.
Right. Gave it my all and kind of realized this is not a field where I can exercise the best parts of my brain. Like, I'm really creative and fun, and lawyers are not. And I really wanted to make it work.
I don't know. Suits made like being a lawyer look very fun. to
So,
me.
fun fact.
Wait, who's the guy that I love?
Harvey Specter.
Harvey.
People love Harvey
Oh,
Specter.
I watched every single episode just
Okay.
to look at him.
So, a couple episodes of Suits were filmed at my law firm.
Oh.
Like, literally, one would argue it's based off where I worked. It is. But, like all TV shows, it's so unrealistic.
Yeah, of course.
I wish it was remotely that fun. And I wish the paralegals got the respect that the paralegals in that show get, i.e. Meghan Markle.
I mean, when you're Meghan Markle, you're getting their respect.
Yeah, I was getting called the wrong name on a pretty consistent basis because
What were they calling you, Matt?
we have to put our middle names. They would call me Austin, or they would call me the name of the other boy on my team, which I'm like, what do I care?
That's
But
like
I
my
actually.
grandma when she calls me, she's like, Nicole. I'm like, nope.
Exactly. It's like when my mom calls out all my brother's name besides my name, and I'm like, nope, Max.
Wait, how many brothers?
2 little brothers, 3 boys in total.
Oh, very
wow.
cute.
Yeah.
Are they all funny?
No.
Okay.
That's not true. One of them is.
Okay.
They both are. I don't know who's watching. Hopefully not
Okay.
my brothers or my mom.
Okay, so law firm.
Right. Okay. Was there for just now 2 years. Started making TikToks on the side because I needed a creative outlet.
Did you like? So you always wanted to create content, and you
No,
were like, I
no.
need to.
I was dead set on becoming a lawyer. Like
Okay.
my dad and mom were like, "This is you. It has you written all over it."
And you're like, Dad, I don't want to be a
Wait,
lawyer.
in my elementary school graduation yearbook thing, we had to write our future job. Everybody wrote like baseball player, NFL, ballerina. I wrote lawyer. So like I was brainwashed from so young.
I was just
So-
about to say your parents brainwashed the hell out of
Yeah,
you.
no, and that's on being the oldest child. Like I had a lot to live up to, but it was not for me. And then I had a lot of friends who were like, "You should like post on TikTok. You're so funny." I was like, "People only do that when they don't like their jobs." And then it got to the point where I was like, "Okay, like, I'm now that person.
Yeah, I
here we
hate my
go."
job.
Thank God I was well received in that app, and here we are.
Were you always like funny and making it? Were you like the class clown? And
Yeah, I
making
was a
people
little. I was a
laugh
little
and-
class clowny. I was like most flirtatious in my high school, which I'm now realizing is not synonymous with funny. But when I thought that, that's what I was thinking.
I almost won most likely to brighten someone's day, but
That's a
apparently
nice
I got
one.
second place. Someone else was a little nicer than me.
But what do I call about you? 80 degrees and sunny.
Yeah, I'm a ray of fucking sunshine.
100%.
How would you describe like your niche of content creation?
Sure. So when I first started posting, I was doing a lot of like washed up frat guy videos. So
Because
I feel
you
like,
give frat boy.
yeah, well,
Especially with the backwards hat right now.
it's giving like vice president of ZBT Tulane.
Yeah.
But
Oh, were you?
Yeah, of course I was.
Oh,
No, it's not a character. It's just I'm exaggerating the worst parts of myself.
Yeah.
And people love it.
no, we
But-
like it.
Yeah, it's so good.
So I started off doing the frat videos. A lot of like my early people were like college age kids.
Yeah.
I obviously went to Tulane, which is 33% Jewish, probably more at this point.
Yeah.
So it slowly became like, okay, now it's Jewish college kids. And then I posted like 1 or 2 videos about Murray Hill, and I was like, wait a minute, like it's not really just about Murray Hill. It's more about a community of Jewish people.
And you live in Murray Hill.
And I live in Murray Hill. And
Well, that's where everyone starts at in Murray
Right.
Hill.
I didn't.
Well, you did.
I'm a special little girl.
where'd you start?
Union Square.
Good for you.
Yeah, yeah. Your content's so freaking funny. So how would you describe it? Like just kind of making fun of the culture around
Yeah,
Murray Hill and
like-
the stigma around it?
Right. Making fun, I guess, is like the wrong word
Yeah.
because like I can't make fun of like I'm part of it, or I guess
Right.
I am making fun of
Well, you
it,
can make
but
fun of
only
it.
because I'm such an active member of the thing I'm making fun of.
Right. Honestly, I must say you get more bang for your buck there. So
100%.
It's almost making fun of me though.
Why?
Because like I know your whole shtick.
Right.
Like, I know every single
Right.
place that you mention.
Right.
And some of them are actually my favorites, and you crack me up.
I wave very back and forth between making content that's geared towards parents and geared towards kids.
well, that's how we do this podcast.
Right.
We want to do content that's geared towards people our age and then also
100%. Like when someone texts me like,
Oh, you're not an adult.
No, I said we're the kids, you're the adults.
Oh, okay.
We're the kids, you're the old fucking
You're
fart.
not a kid anymore, neither of you. But okay.
We're still
No,
at the
like-
kids table though.
I'm 18. I'm 17. Like I'm
No,
actually.
you should be a Murray Hill man.
Yeah. No. See, that sounds so creepy.
Yeah, Murray Hill man.
By the time I'm a man, I won't be in Murray Hill. Murray Hill's for the kids.
Yeah.
Remember we
FTK.
met that guy in Florida
Yeah.
who grew up in Murray Hill? Well, like who? Remember the guy at the restaurant?
Yes.
in
Who grew
Casachua?
up?
Grew
Yeah.
up.
He really was a Murray Hill kid.
Yeah,
A,
like-
a Murray Hill boy.
Right,
That's
we're,
crazy.
we're like, who the hell grows up in Murray Hill? Like
That's
people
crazy.
get in there for like 3 years and they're out.
Right.
Unless you get a wicked deal and you stay there for a few more years.
No, I actually like really frown upon people who stay past 3 years, which is so messed up of me because it's the my whole
What year are you
brand.
on?
I've just completed year 2.
Okay.
Oh, you got one more year to get out.
Right.
You kind of talked about this, but how did you really get into content creation? Your friends were the ones that kind of motivated you to be like, you're funny as hell, start creating content.
I think it got to the point where I was on my For You page seeing enough people who I thought I could A, do that better, or B, like they just weren't that funny but still getting so many views. And I was like, you know what? If they can do it, I can do it. There's no like special talent anyone on that app has that you as a person don't possess.
Right.
And I was like, let me just try it out. I think the scariest part is like thinking about all the people who you've met in the past, like sending it to each other. And I was like, people are going to talk about you anyway. You may as well give them some good content.
It's so true. And like, you have to know, like, your content's fucking hilarious. Whatever they're saying, holy shit, this is so fucking hilarious.
Right. And if they're not, like, A, I don't know about it.
Who
And B,
cares?
I don't care.
Who
Right.
cares?
I don't care.
Um,
You can't care.
You need to do a lot of Hampton stuff. Like the whole shtick
It'll
out
be
there.
coming up. I only go so often. Like, I don't have a Hamptons house. So it's like invite.
yeah.
It's invite based.
We
It's
could invite
based.
you.
Well, yeah.
I'm always on the
We
search
need,
for one.
we need a little like round swamp
Yeah,
content.
I actually did a Hamptons video that I made like off the cuff that got like 1 million views. Made it up as I went. Worst idea ever. Was up and down Main Street in East Hampton, and I had like groups of girls coming up to me left and right. Which God bless them. Not complaining, but it was so hard to like
That's
film,
so nice.
knowing they were watching me, and I was like, "Oh God,
Yeah.
I'm that guy who's like walking up and down." Main
I
Street.
actually.
Wait, Danny, maybe you could meet him this weekend. You could do something funny.
I'll be in Montauk this weekend.
Okay, I'm gonna be in Sag Harbor. Let's
Ah,
like link
so
up.
we're like the same.
I actually on the way here had a real life moment of one of your videos that I watched today by accident. I watched the Windsor Court burning down video, and did you see that one? He posted a video basically doing a
Yeah,
skit of like a
yes.
girl, like, and she's like, "Did I leave my flat iron on?" And in the car, I was like, "Oh shit, mom, did I
Oh,
leave my
that's-
flat
yeah.
iron on?" And then you're like, "No, I'm sure it's fine." And I was like, "Should I go back?" You're like, "It's fine. I'm sure it's fine." Literally reenacted that moment.
No,
that was
it's a real issue.
So good. Do you actually know why Windsor Court burned down?
Okay, so PSA, I feel absolutely horrible for everybody who was affected by that
My
fire.
cousin was the apartment above it.
I've had lots of people reach out to me. It's definitely not a laughing matter, and when it first happened, I thought it was because I'm a bad person. But I hope everyone's okay.
I heard everyone's okay.
So from the multiple, like I've had so many people reach out to me with information as if like I'm like the mayor of Windsor
You're the
Court,
TMZ of
which
Windsor
I'm
Court.
certainly not.
Yeah.
I actually debated like running over there like with like a suit and tie, and I was like, you know what? No. There's a certain line of like this is not funny. This is just like mean. But
so you just decided to do a green screen instead.
a woman, like not like a girl, like a woman, like left like for a little bit.
A woman in Murray Hill. Murray Hill woman.
A woman lives in Windsor Court?
Yes, she does. Yeah, she does. She has 2 cats. She lives alone. She left for a quick errand.
How do you know she has 2 cats?
I know everything about this fire. I don't know. I've had
Okay.
so many people tell me like this has to be the story because this is what the most people have said. She left to go run an errand. And while she was gone, for reasons that we still don't know, like something caught on fire, whether it was the fault of Windsor Court or her as an individual is up for debate.
Are her cats
Are the
okay?
cats okay?
Okay, so the FDNY gets there in the nick of time. They open up the door. The cats come flying out.
Oh, good.
They're like in critical right. They're in critical condition, but apparently they're gonna be okay.
Okay.
But her apartment was like wrecked.
Yeah.
People on the floor are like fucked because there was like water damage from like
Yeah,
the
my
hoses
cousin, her
and
whole apartment was filled with smoke. Yeah.
Windsor Court's gonna get sued so bad. If I had to guess, like how many
They
lawyers'
need a lawyer.
children
Right.
live in that freaking like
Yeah.
they're done for.
But unless, like, the cat knocked a candle over. You know, it could
Right.
be something
It
like
could be
that.
the cats. I mean, I guess
But how
we'll
do they
never.
figure that?
I guess we'll
Like
never
a
know.
crazy pussy.
I guess we'll never know.
The pussy's on fire. We'll never know. How would you describe your personality?
Oh God, that's a loaded question, isn't it?
It's loaded. You
Because
can
I'm a
take
little
your
bit
time.
schizophrenic. So like, which personality are you talking about? I prioritize having fun in
Okay.
everything I do. I really try to take like nothing too seriously.
That's important.
Anyone who's seen me out will know like I'm always making a scene, talking to strangers, like getting in fights.
But that's good.
I'm
Getting in
just-
fights.
No,
getting
the
in,
fights isn't
getting in
great.
like not like
Not fist
put them
fights.
up, but
Okay.
more like a fight. However you define fights,
Have you ever
that's
got
what I'm.
punched in the face?
Yes, I have.
Have you ever
Oh,
punched
no,
someone
we
in the
don't
face?
like that for you.
Never punched someone in the face. Have gotten it. So circling back 20 minutes ago when I said I was most flirtatious in my high school.
Okay.
You don't get that superlative without getting punched in the face by a couple of girls' boyfriends. But those days are behind me.
Well, that brings me to my next question. Are you gay or straight? Or bi?
And wouldn't we like to know?
Yeah.
As a
Well,
community.
I could actually answer because I
Yeah,
saw,
let him know
I
if he's
saw
gay
your
or straight.
closet in one of the videos.
Yes, you did.
So I have a guess. You're gay.
I am. I am,
Because
Janice.
your closet was spectacular.
Thank you.
Color coded, and
thank you
another
so
thing
much.
that like really warmed my heart was your squatty potty.
Oh, of course.
Like that's
I'm not ashamed to poop in the proper position, and my roommates are now better people for having lived with me because they now like need one whenever they go to poop.
so a dear friend of mine who passed away.
Sorry.
She turned me on to the squatty potty, and it really is life changing. And you had one in Union
No,
Square.
I didn't have one. My roommates and I were just like cheaping out. We would just like put our
What, like-
feet on our garbage
Turn your
can.
garbage can upside down. So when I don't have a squatty potty, that's what I do, and it's not the same.
But that's like
not the same.
ghetto.
No, it's not ghetto. Like,
No,
we're
it
just
is. No,
prioritizing
honestly-
the
no,
way
it
we
is.
should.
No, it is ghetto.
It is ghetto. But I still do it to this day. But my garbage can is a little bit too elevated, so my knees are like at my fucking chest, and my like butt is. We don't need to get the details here,
Okay.
but so you're gay.
Yeah. So
Is
okay.
he gay or European?
You think I don't have Legally Blonde memorized
Oh,
start to
sorry.
finish? I first probably show I remember seeing changed my life.
And that's what made you gay.
Now I'm all over the place. Is he gay? Yes, he's gay. Will he get with a girl when he's drunk? Yes. Will he take a girl home every now and then? Sure.
So you're bi.
But like, no, but he's not. He's not. And like, I can't even talk about it like it's me because it's too complicated for even
that?
me to comprehend it. Like I have to treat myself as a foreign entity that I know nothing about because like when I'm on alcohol, when I'm drunk,
Or
it's
on
not
drugs.
it's not me. And all my friends know that. Like Max drunk is a different person.
Straight.
He's different. He's straight. There's so many
So you
words for
prefer
him.
guys over girls?
I'm gay. I'm
You're
gay.
gay.
Let it be down on paper. Like I am. I'm gonna marry a man. Our kids will be named Cohen Schwartz Goldberg. It'll be amazing. Wait, that means I'm gonna be in a throuple. Just Cohen Schwartz.
Schwartzberg?
Yeah, something. Well, I want to marry a Jewish man. My last
Yeah.
name's Cohen.
You have the
so
most like literally basic last
my
name.
poor kids are gonna get bullied so bad. Everyone's gonna be like, oh, like your kids are named after a law firm, and they'll be like, yeah, like I also have 2 dads, and the kids will be like, you're done.
You're
You're actually done. So God, you know what? No, because in the future, having gay parents will be cool, and having straight parents will be lame.
I agree with that.
It is still. It's cool already. It's totally acceptable.
Is
What-
it? I don't know anyone with gay parents. I wish I did.
I have a friend's friend whose parents are.
That works.
gay.
That's all we
Yeah.
need.
So what was it like coming out? Like, how old were you? What was that experience coming out to friends and family? Like, what can you do to kind of give advice to people who are maybe like still in the closet, like not sure what to do? Maybe you need to talk about it in third person.
No. I'll be okay with this one. All right. First question was, how did I come out?
Yeah.
This is actually, there's so many routes I could take here.
Take the best one.
Okay. I was like with a guy in my grade in high school, my junior year, like in secret. I left my Apple Watch in the cafeteria, and one of my friends, like very
There were
good friends,
Apple Watches then?
to cheat on tests. Such a like when Apple Watches first came out,
I actually
my
saw
GPA
your
went up 10 points.
saw your bit on cheating.
Yeah, that was like
we'll talk about it.
Yeah, that was like a secret like sponsored post that I actually snuck in so well.
Oh, was it?
Yes, and you didn't even know.
Wait. We'll go back to
Okay.
that.
Leave my Apple Watch in the cafeteria. My good friends who are dating then, still dating to this day, find it, and they're getting it. It's connected to your phone.
Yeah.
So they're receiving texts from the boy that I'm like with in secret on the phone because like they're waiting to give it to me.
Were
And
you
they,
like sexting?
not like sexting, but like text that would imply that like we were clearly more than friends.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the middle of the school day. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a really good student.
Yeah. As you were cheating.
As I was cheating
But
on
maybe
every
you
single
were
test.
relieved.
See, right. So they're like, here's your Apple Watch. Anything you want to tell us? I was like, yeah, I want to tell you thank you for giving me my Apple Watch. Like, no, anything else that's been on your mind about like anything. And I'm like, okay, no, you guys are being so weird. They're like, you give me it back, and it's open up to the text. And I was like, oh. So that kind of like started the snowball. I was like, all right, once they know, like
Yeah.
obviously in like my small like Jewish town, like it's gonna spread quick. So I was like,
Right.
let me just get on top of it. I kind of told people one by one, and then it was moving really quick. And I was like, okay, well, I really still want to be the one to do it. So
Yeah,
I did,
you want to be in charge of the narrative.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
Did two things that are pretty, in my opinion, insane. First one is came out to my chorus class in song, like a 52-person class, stand up, and I'm like,
I saw that one.
yeah. I was like, I'm
crazy.
gay. I'm gonna sing a song about being gay.
Do you remember the song?
It was a song from the musical Bear. My chorus teacher picked the song out. He was the one who was like,
So you
"You're
really
coming."
came out to your chorus teacher first.
Came out to my chorus teacher first. It's like it's literally Glee. I mean, he was such a Will
Was
Schuster.
the guy in your chorus class too?
No, thank God, he was in orchestra.
Was he
If he
out?
was, if he was in my, I would have never sang that with him there.
I don't even think I had a chorus class
was in
my.
chorus class.
I was in
You
advanced
were?
chorus, so it was like a
In
really-
high school?
Oh, this is in high school?
What do you think I came out in middle
Oh,
school?
no. I know someone who came out of middle school. It's
God
not
bless
a foreign.
him.
God bless him.
God bless him.
God bless him.
I
No,
know.
I was not in chorus in high school. Oh, you were like a theater geek.
Yeah.
Also, like when I was younger, you did not come out in. I thought I came out early for the beginning of junior
No,
year.
you definitely did. The person who I know who came out in middle school, that was like an anomaly. It was like,
Oh, he said here's the day that I'm coming out. You have up until then, because if people ask me if I have a boyfriend, I want to say it's you. The day he decides to come out is the day after my dad's 50th birthday. So we're at my father's 50th birthday dinner, and everyone's like, say something you love about dad. And I was like, I love how open and accepting dad is for having a gay son. And my dad's like, you did not just on my 50th birthday. I was like, yes, I did.
Oh my god.
And by the way, tomorrow I'm coming out to my high school in song. My parents,
Did they have any clue though?
they both knew. I think
I mean, if you were getting punched because you were like kissing other people's
girlfriends. Right. No,
That's
but
a
they
good
knew.
point.
They knew because when I was 8 years old, I wrote a musical called It's Okay to Be Different and performed it in my house and had all the kids in my town do it with me. So
gay.
they knew.
That's gay.
No, so they knew. I was all right. So I told them, and then I wrote another voluntary thing I did in my camp group me. Do people still use group me?
no, but that's so funny. My camp friends and I were just talking about how we had a camp group me for years,
Right.
and we like recently switched over to messages. So
Right.
No.
It's like the group me with like every single boy and girl my age.
Yeah.
Like everyone who was like in that
Well, I
last
went to an
summer.
all girls camp, so like lesbian vibes. Yeah.
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 I would never have survived at an all boys camp. I love
Well, maybe you
But
would have.
maybe you
Right.
would. Yeah.
Maybe I would have been like really popular.
Yeah.
And you could have come out in like.
In what? In
fourth
sport?
grade.
Right.
Yeah. You would have been like jerking someone off behind the soccer.
No, we were
No, it would've
talking
been
about
bad.
the Greylock shower. You would
We
have
were talking
loved
about the
it.
ocean, the Greylock, but shockingly, nothing gay ever happened at my camp. It was not. We were still like pretty athletic camp.
Trails End was
Trails-
athletic.
For boys, yeah, not for girls. Girls with like yoga and arts and
No, my
crafts.
friends who went to Trails End were like giving blowjobs on the dock.
Not on the
Sorry
dock, but no
to my friends.
blowjobs behind the house, and there would be a lineup of kids, and it'd all be getting head, and you'd go back there to hook up, and I'd be like, all right, let's go like a little bit farther away from like
The other person who's getting head.
slurp section. It was no, it's literally called curfew hour, and like literally every single night you just like get with it. It's just like you just get with people, and like you walk back and everyone cheers you on. It's honestly great.
As a
Cheers you
parent,
on.
it's so nice to spend $10,000 a sub for 7.5 weeks, not even 8 weeks.
Right.
But I wasn't doing that. I went to an
No.
all-girls camp and I had to wear a fucking one piece.
We had a
to an
one-piece rule, and honestly,
that
it's a smart
makes
idea.
sense
It's a
because
smart
there
idea.
are guys there. We're an all-chicks camp. We had to wear a one piece.
Yeah, but
But
girls
I
girls
like-
are mean.
But I like the single sex camp because then you didn't have to think about boys and what you looked like. Like I just wanted
and then
you to
we'd
be
have
like
socials and we'd be like kissing, and the way they would get you to stop kissing is they would squirt you with a water gun like, while you're kissing. Like
We had like flashlight checks every now and then, which like wasn't great, but kind of was like paparazzi activity.
yeah,
It's
it's like stop.
And I even saw one of your TikToks about camp, and you were so funny because like your bunk got down to only a few kids.
Oh my
and
God.
you wanted to be in like the cool
Yeah,
bunk, but you
yeah.
learned like a lot of good lessons early in life.
Yeah, I switched from my age division had 4 boys bunks, which is like a lot. Most of them only had 3.
Yeah.
So there was a very clear hierarchy of like coolest bunk, second coolest, third coolest, weirdest, and I was in the weirdest. And so many.
No.
If you remember when I was younger, yeah, so many kids in my bunk got bullied out that my owner was like to all of our parents, there's only 4 boys left. Like we have to disperse them out between the remaining
You
bunks.
were the last one
Like,
standing.
which do you want to go to? And I was like, fuck it, put me in the coolest bunk. And to my day,
Way to sign up
to
for
the-
a challenge there.
to this day, my closest friends are all from that bunk. Like literally,
Is this
my
your way of
best.
telling us you're cool?
No, yeah.
You are cool. You're great.
My best friends for life. Like I was so happy that I switched that. They hated me at first, but they grew to love me.
Yeah, but no one ever likes the new person.
And
so,
thank
like,
God I took the time to be in the weird bunk, figure out who I am, and then present the best version of myself to them. Because I promise you, if I was in their bunk from the start, we would have never been friends.
Life
Interesting.
lesson.
And I love them
that.
all. And I love them all. Long story short, right in the camp group me, for 62 kids, like
I'm gay.
kind of random, kind of unknown, but I'm gay. And I wanted you guys to hear it before you hear it through the grapevine.
Easy.
And that's the whole story.
And everyone took it well.
Yes, literally shockingly,
is
every
happy
single
for you.
person in my life took it so
Well,
well.
it's so sad because it shouldn't be.
Right, it shouldn't be
shocking.
shocking, and it shouldn't be a thing you even have to do. I think
Yeah.
these days people don't really come out as much, but I honestly have no clue.
I was gonna say I don't really know either. I feel like it'd be easier to come out now. But
Right.
like, what would you say to someone who maybe is thinking about coming out? Like, and not everyone would come out in song.
For sure, for
Two
sure.
people to a group of 52. So
Or
like
a group
what
chat.
or a group
Yeah.
chat. Like, what would you say? You know, if like your friend was going through this, right? What
I would
you
say,
say?
one, you don't have to do anything. I think at that age, I felt like a really big pressure that I had to tell everyone I was gay instead of just
Yeah.
like living my life. It's not like straight people like go around telling people who they're sleeping with.
Oh, they do. Some people do.
No, they do. And yeah, no, they do. But and you have to do it on your own time.
Yeah.
That's what. There's so many things that I've done so much later than my straight friends have, and I used to beat myself up over it. And I was like, being gay is not easy. It's difficult. There's obstacles. There's things that we take longer to figure out because we live in a world that's just, you know, we're a minority. The world's
Yeah.
built for straight people.
Not so much anymore. I mean,
Not,
I don't know. What do I know?
no,
But
100%
it's-
has changed. But just like, you know, I never saw, like, there was never a kids movie growing up where a prince kisses a prince. Like,
Yeah,
so it took me
true.
so long to just be comfortable being gay with
Wait,
myself.
so now that in your new phase of life, we need to see that.
Right, hopefully.
Romeo and
Also, new
Romeo.
phase of life, we
Right.
didn't even get into it. Like, you quit your job and now you're content creation full time.
Fully.
So now you have so much freaking time
And
to
how
create.
did your parents? I mean, I'm sure they find you hysterical and they wish you the best and everything. But were they like freaking out, or
So
they
like
know?
most Jewish parents, it was already enough of a blow to
Tell
hear.
my mom what she's like. Come on.
Right.
She's a Jewish parent.
So it was already so devastating for them to hear that I'm not becoming a lawyer, and they didn't know what I was going to do next. So when I told them that like the next plan is content creator, they were like, "You're joking." And I was like, "I'm actually not joking." My parents also aren't super involved in social media, so once they kind of understood the role that social media plays
Yeah.
in today's world, especially in terms of advertising and, you know, brand deals, I was like, there is good money here to be made.
Well, if they're listening to this and someone who does influencer partnerships, let me tell you, Mr. and Mrs. Cohen, you can roll in the dough. Like from one TikTok or one reel, you can do a great job if you just keep being consistent.
And the
with
creator
it.
fund pays me phenomenally well. I know
Yeah.
that that's not true for everybody.
Yeah.
But I have no complaints about that China app.
And
they
it's
do everything
endless.
right. No, it's
Tell
great.
my mom what the creator fund is. I probably doesn't know what it is.
Okay. When you hit 10,000 followers, TikTok lets you join the creator fund. And what they do is they pay you a set amount of cents for every 1,000 views you get. And that's unique to each video. So some videos I get $1.20 for every 1,000 views. Some videos I get $1.10. But a view only counts if someone sees it for longer than 5 seconds.
Interesting.
Which is like very, very easy to do with your engaging content.
Yes, my content is engaging, but also people don't realize how long 5 seconds is. Like when you're
Totally.
scrolling on TikTok, You're giving each video a second.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask you. Is like, do you have a specific like secret or something to your videos? Like, I know you always need to be engaging in the first like 3 to 5 seconds as someone who does
I really
social.
prioritize those 5 seconds because I know I'm getting paid once they make it to second number 5.
Yeah.
So I try to
You
create.
should just like stand there naked for the first 5 seconds. And be like, great, now that I have you.
No, and that's something I would do. But I always try to either explain what's about to happen or create a mystery about what's
Well, you always have text overlay, which is really, really good.
I'm huge in the text overlay
You
because
gotta.
just reading it takes 5 seconds.
Yeah.
I make my captions kind of
This
interesting.
is interesting.
Welcome to our
But you
world.
you really have to do something that's going to get people to stay.
Yeah.
And it's different for every video, kind of depends on the video. But I don't plan what goes first. I record the whole skit, rewatch every single bit over and over and over. And if there's one of them that I'm still laughing at 100 times in, I'm like, you're
Yeah.
going first.
I also know with working with you, you handwrite everything.
Yep. I literally
Your
have a
scripts.
notebook. I put it all down on pen and paper, cross it out, redo it.
You're
Like,
like
when-
me. I'm a dinosaur.
No,
Look,
when we worked
I
together.
saw your index cards. And yeah.
When we worked together, he like sent me a picture of like handwritten script of what he wanted it to be. It was like so vintage, and I appreciated it.
Because I like, I don't know. That's how my mind works.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it.
and so what do you like? You like when I think of questions to ask people, my best questions come like when I'm in the shower when I can't write.
I shower.
So you.
I meant to say I think of my TikToks in the
Right,
shower.
right.
Showers, walks.
Right.
Hot girl
When
walk.
it's just going-
Yeah. Another big thing I do, which my friends hate, is like if I'm out and like one of my guy friends gets in a fight with his girlfriend,
There's a bit.
like I start writing it down on my phone.
Yeah.
And I'll change key facts and people to like make sure you can never tell it's them. But I'm like, she's literally complaining that he's staying out too late and she has to go to Soul Cycle in the morning and like she wants to get coffee.
That's
I'm like,
perfect bit.
I'm like,
Yeah.
you guys are a walking TikTok.
Well, also now that you have more time since you're doing this full time, which is amazing, like you can pick up on trends that are happening so fast. Like, I mean, Windsor Court burning down is not a trend, but like you saw that, like kind of a trend. You saw that, took advantage of it right away. Now you're gonna have so much more time to do that because
100%.
you're gonna be on a walk trying to think of things, and you're gonna hear a conversation of a guy on the
100%.
phone with a finance guy with his girlfriend on the phone.
Right.
Like, you're gonna have so many more opportunities.
I also
like that.
don't do trends. I don't.
You don't.
I don't like when if you go back to like my early TikTok videos, I just was making it up as I go and I would
Yeah.
do trends. So I see my average audience and it's like 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, and they don't.
40-year-olds.
I'm old. My main demographics mid-20s, but outside of that, it goes up, not down.
Well, that makes sense
Yeah.
because I think what you're talking about in the videos is relevant for like
Right.
later millennials and then,
100%.
like the Lisas, Janices of the world who are playing
1000%.
mahjong.
Exactly.
Canasta.
And
That he talks about.
Rummy
Yeah.
Cube. There's a lot of different
Rummy
games.
Cube.
Ugh,
I'm not like
Learn.
well versed in all of them, but I'm trying.
We're a huge Rummy Cube family.
I'm a mahjong family.
Oh,
Like,
but she was a mahjong girl,
I was
but then she
Mahjong,
changed.
and then I went to Canasta.
Really?
But also Rummy Cube.
Yeah, I'm just a mahjonger.
You're a
But
mahjong girly.
where's it going with that? Right. So my followers don't, or some of them don't get the trend.
Right.
And even for me, when I'm on my own For You page and I see someone doing a trend and I don't know what the trend is, I'm like, oh, cringe. But I
Yeah.
guess what I do is a little bit more comedy sketch like. I want my videos to be funny on their own. I don't want you to need a larger context to understand them.
I
Like
think
I want
that's so
moms and
great.
dads to be able to look at them and laugh. Like
Also, trends are only apparent for so long. So I think
Right.
it's like you're not creating a trend. You're more so doing something that's relevant and relatable.
100%,
Way more.
100%.
Like also like if I was looking at a whole TikTok page that was strictly trends, like it's not always relevant. Like looking at
Yeah.
your page, you could look at it today, you look at it in a year from now, and it's still funny.
Exactly.
It's still relevant.
Exactly. And
So
you
good.
know, I think a lot of these trends are like you lip syncing to someone else's sound.
Yeah.
And the whole bit there is like, look how good look. Like, besides my face, like what else am I offering you? And I really try to like,
But you're also really cute. So like
which helps
my
so
mom
much.
was like crushing on you.
no,
outside.
I've had a lot of I have a lot more girls in my DMs than boys. And it's
Do they think you're straight?
Yeah.
Do they ask you to go
Yeah.
out?
You're very
they,
handsome.
they clearly
He
don't.
is.
They ask me to go out and I respond like, thank you so much. I really appreciate this.
Wait, you respond? That's
if you,
so nice.
I respond to everyone who DMs me.
Yeah, but you know what? That's now 3 weeks from now. He'll be like, oh, who was it?
Yeah,
That's true. That's true.
We're the men. Men DM me.
I-
no, you literally might find a boyfriend through this.
God, if you're listening, like please.
Yeah, your mouth to God's ears.
I've gone on a lot of dates through TikTok. A lot of guys who have like hit me up on Instagram or TikTok and been like,
Yeah.
your videos are so funny. What are you doing Friday? And I'm like, you.
You.
But
Well, I was gonna ask, which I feel like I know the answer now. Like, are you single?
I'm
Oh.
so single. No.
You're so- oh, you're
no,
so
I'm
single.
so single.
I thought this was like your big reveal.
Nope,
like, sorry,
no.
everyone who's sliding in
Abs-
my DMs.
Absolutely not. I'm so single, and I'm someone like. So my 4 best friends have all been dating since the beginning of high school.
High school.
So like
Really?
a 10-year relationship and an 8-year relationship. Like
Is
those
anyone engaged? Because that's like now.
not yet.
But
Not
soon.
not yet.
You guys
soon.
are still young.
Soon. We're 24. Soon.
Yeah,
Like
but
2
I know
years.
a lot of people who were like my two best friends were engaged at 25 and they were dating.
Right,
high
but
school
when you
sweethearts.
meet when you're young, it's like 10 years. When you meet when you're older, it's like 2 years.
Yeah.
It better be
Like,
because
yeah.
I don't want to be getting married in 10 years. I want to be getting married like when everyone else is because I just want to fit in. I'm so single. I'm always surrounded. Like
So
I'm.
you want a boyfriend?
I'm always third wheeling, fifth wheeling, seventh wheeling, ninth wheeling.
Yeah.
And I really mean
Ninth
ninth wheeling.
Yeah.
And I really mean that when I say it.
Yeah.
So I'm ready. I mean, I've had boyfriends in the past, nothing like crazy serious.
So what does dating look like for you now? Like, do you go on a lot of dates? Where do you find people? Are you on the apps?
So, how deep into gay world do we want to get?
We can get as gay as you fucking want.
Oh God.
But
okay.
are
We don't
the
get too
apps
into
like?
it.
There's not like a gay app.
No,
There is
so-
a
okay.
Grinder.
Right. So, I don't know how straight people view Grindr.
I'm straight. I'll
Yeah.
tell you. I view Grinder as like there's no faces. It's strictly abs and penises, and it's like, what are you doing tonight? Let's fuck.
Oh, that's what you don't see faces.
No.
Well,
Well,
there's
I
some-
show
there
my-
are some people, like some people do show faces, but like I was with my friend who's gay, and he was showing me Grinder, and it was just like,
Oh, it's horrible.
Strictly, we were on a
But
plane.
wouldn't you rather have like a handsome face and
Oh,
a
of
small
course.
dick
But that-
than like
that-
an ugly guy?
No,
with a
literally,
big
we were
dick?
on a plane, and it's by location too, and we were sitting next to each other, and he sent me. I was not in the same seat as him. He sent me like a screenshot, and he was like, "This guy just sent me a dick pic," and we figured out by the nail polish. The guy had purple nail polish. The guy was in the same row as him.
That's so bad.
So like it's like strictly for sex, but that's
Yeah.
my straight
So,
perspective.
So you are 100% right. I think a lot of straight people think that Grindr is Hinge for gay people. Couldn't be less from the truth. It literally just is a sex app. And what's so sad is it's the only mainstream gay app. Like there is no I use Hinge.
Yeah.
Lots of gay people use Hinge. You just write, I'm a man looking for men. But there is no exclusively gay app that's really popular besides Grindr. And it's literally for sex.
Yeah.
All right, here's something else you could do. You are going to be so freaking busy.
I have a-
Romeo and Romeo,
Right.
a gay app. What else are
Listen,
we going to...
the world needs...
We
the
got to
world-
get you on First Rounds on Me. It's not like strictly a gay app, but like I'm sure there's some
Right,
cutie hot
right,
men on there
right.
for you to test out.
And the premise of the app is so good.
Well, yeah, you don't need to do any fucking small talk. You could just match with the person because the date's already planned.
It's like
and go on a
Grindr,
date.
but with like self-respect.
Exactly. Obsessed. And you actually show your face, not your dick. I mean, you could show your dick once you're
It's like
like
Grindr,
text.
first rounds of me, like Venn diagram, like in the middle, no small talk.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Perfect.
That's honestly horrible. Like,
So how do you like? Do you meet
Okay,
people out? Like,
so
what do you like on dates?
when I first came out, I joined Grindr. That was like the only thing that I knew.
yeah, and you're
It
like, oh
is-
my god, penis galore.
No, it's a really, 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 really horrible place. And I joined it when I was under 18. I cannot say enough bad things about that app.
How could it even be an under 18 app? That's kind of
There is,
crazy.
you need nothing to create an account. Like you literally just press the word create account. Like there's no verification of email, phone number, literally nothing.
Yeah.
Really horrible app. To anyone who's on it, like I think everyone knows they shouldn't be on it, but like it's really hard to say no to like sex from someone who's 2 feet away, especially as a guy. That's the problem with being gay. It's all guys. So it's just like, I mean, no, that's not like, if you knew how, like, the hormones that are raging off that app, like, imagine if it was an app for all girls, it would be like, let's go on a date, let's go on a picnic. Like, a guy meeting up a guy, it's like, let's fuck and let's leave. Like,
So like what? So I was gonna ask you.
But
like,
you're
what,
looking for more than that now.
oh, 100%. And I always have been. I just didn't know if there was other ways to go about it.
Right. I was
We're
gonna
gonna
ask
work
you
on
like,
this.
yeah. I was gonna ask you like, what's something you wish you could change or that was different about like the gay community? And I feel like you just answered it, but if
Right.
anything different, like,
I mean, it's tough to ask the gay community to change because a lot of the obstacles we face aren't our fault. Like, I don't think any gay person wants it to be this way. It's just kind of what it's become.
Yeah.
But I would just hope that it's gonna sound like a fucking Mean Girls quote, like the girl with the cupcakes and rainbows.
Yeah.
Like, I just hope we'd all treat each other more kindly.
Mm-hmm.
I think because it is so like sex based, we forget that there's a human on the other side of that phone. Like, you're not just talking to a torso.
Right.
Which is why on that app I show my face. I will never not show my face. I'll never meet up with a guy without seeing their face.
Yeah.
It's really important to me to like know what you look like.
Yeah.
But I stopped using Grindr a good like maybe almost a year ago.
Okay. Yay,
Because
good for
I left
you.
I left college and I was like, this is getting ridiculous. Like, I
Yeah.
want to meet a quality guy,
Yeah, so
and I'm not gonna find him on
you
here.
You have a hard time kind of finding someone who takes dating as a gay guy seriously without just trying to like bang bang.
Yeah, and I'm part of the problem. Like, I literally can't talk because
Yeah.
I.
But you need your slut phase. It's okay.
Right, and I'm over that. And I'm over that now.
You
and
don't
I'm
have to be.
so,
You're still
no,
young.
I
Like,
really
fuck away.
am. No, I really am.
Okay.
I'm so ready to find a boyfriend. I'm just like waiting for the right. Not waiting. I'm looking for the
You're
right.
waiting
one.
for the right TikTok to hit, and then you get a lot of DMs.
Exactly.
Right.
But no, I've been doing Hinge. I've been doing like the mutual friend game, and then honestly, my past couple of dates have all been through TikTok.
That's great. Okay, any good dates recently or any bad dates? Let's share some good stories and some bad. Let's start with the bad. Any horrible dates you've been on that you want to share with the class?
So all my dates have been fine. Something that's weird with two guys is who pays. And
Unreal. I mean to ask you, like, what do you do? Because
So,
as a girl, I'm
okay.
doing the cute, like,
yeah, I don't
the
do
purse.
that. I don't have a typewriter and I'm not a cat, so I don't get to do that. I've only been going on dates for the past couple of months. That was never a thing I did before. I was just like scared in college. I don't know. So I'm going on dates now, and it's really awkward with who pays.
but like you could talk. Like, what are you nervous about?
yeah, the problem is getting me to shut the fuck up. But I'm nervous because
I
like
literally have the same issue after dates. Sometime I'm like exhausted from myself.
My lips hurt.
My mom's like, I think you probably scared the shit out of them. I'm like, no, absolutely.
but the day that you don't is like that's how he's the one.
Yeah, true.
Or like someone who can match my freak.
Yeah. Is somebody gonna match my freak?
Um,
It's a TikTok trend.
Right, it's a trend. Janice didn't get it. It makes no sense to her. We look like idiots.
Yeah.
And you know what? So does Janice.
appreciate it.
We all lose. We all lose with trends.
She
You
wanted
don't
to
get-
be involved. She
Right.
knew what we were talking about.
She's left out. Like,
I did have fun with you though in that moment.
We had that was a nice
That's
trend
okay.
moment for us.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay, dates. Good story, bad story. Go.
Okay, so the paying thing is really awkward because like that can kind of like ruin or make the date because like if you think he's gonna pay and then like so what I've learned is like age has been the biggest factor. When the guy's older than me, he pays. When they're younger than me, I pay.
Well, do you usually go
We've
for
been the-
older or younger guys? Are you a cougar? Is that a
I would
not a
think
thing?
older guys are more mature.
Yeah, but that you need to get out of your head because we have lovely Felix back there
I really
who's
can't
All
find it.
right.
24
I can't.
and
You're 24. You were giving like so 27 in a really good way. Like
Right?
27 is the perfect.
No,
age to
that's
be.
what I said too. And he's dating a 30-year-old and like he's
Oh
fabulous.
yeah! Wow, so much is yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So much uncovered.
I go older. I don't know if I prefer older. I go older.
It's like daddy vibes.
It's a maturity thing. It's not even like not even old enough to like be daddy, but it's
Yeah.
a maturity thing. It's there's like you have two ages when you're gay, when you were born and when you came out, and I think that like someone
Ooh, I like that.
Like when I go on a date with a guy who like came out 6 months ago or is still in the closet or something like that, I'm like I feel mentally light years ahead of you.
Yeah.
And when I go for someone a couple years older,
And
I'm
do your
like
Kind of
dates-
are. Like,
Right.
because they're.
Do your dates like do you talk about like coming out?
yeah. Honestly, it's a little bit cringy.
Like how did you do it?
Right, it's kind of like lame, but like
And then you go, oh, I did it in chorus
no, I,
class.
usually I lie because that's just so much trauma to unpack on a first
Way
date.
to kick off the relationship, lying.
Right, I'm literally a walking red flag, but
we always talk about red
Walking red
flags.
flags.
no, I really am.
No, you're adorable.
It comes up. It inevitably comes up.
Yeah.
I think just as a point of curiosity, and you don't dwell on it because everyone knows what it's like, but
Yeah.
I'm just curious to know.
Right.
And so
That's such a good point though, right? Like if someone you're on a date with came out like 2 months ago, it's like they're still like coming out and like
Right.
feeling all the feels and you're like way past that.
I'm like, yeah, you're giving me PTSD to when I was 16.
Yeah.
The other problem is I tend to go for more masculine presenting guys, often of which like they're either DL as it's called or just like
Yeah.
still in the closet. Which I'm a very patient person, but I'm like, all right, like, cut to the fucking. This is ridiculous.
But
Yeah.
you're very masculine.
Right,
Yeah. You
but
are.
I think I'm a
Like when
weird.
the girls get with you, they probably have no idea
no,
whatsoever.
either they do, and like I don't know what their motivation is, or they don't. And
well,
at
because you're cute.
at some point in time, I'm usually like, by the way, and they're like, oh my god, I don't care. This makes it so much hotter, and I'm like, okay, not the response I thought you would have, but
Yeah.
let's go
That's
with it.
good. I like that.
No, it's so much fun.
I like that for you.
It's horrible.
Yeah,
I like
why?
it for me too.
No, it's good for you.
I love attention. That was another video I had. Like in my freshman dorm room, it said he loves attention no matter who it's from.
Okay,
because-
you're like kind of bi. I'm naming you as
Yeah, a
bi.
little bit.
Right.
It's debated amongst like many people.
You're
in
not
my
bi.
life.
You like attention. That's it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it's
Literally.
whoever you fall in love with.
Yeah.
You-
No, it's gonna.
Maybe
be,
you're
it's gonna
gonna
be
fall
a
in
boy.
love. Like
gonna
it's
be a
just the
boy.
person.
But like when I'm having fun, I really don't care.
If you could describe your dating life with a movie title, what would it be? You could also make up a movie title.
My brain went to Trainwreck, the one with Amy Schumer. By the way, I've never seen that movie. I just thought in my head Trainwreck, and then I'm like, oh wait, that is a movie.
It's kind of good that you've never had like a bad date though, and I think we're
I've
kind
only
of.
been on 8 dates in my whole life.
But that's fine. I also think like we're similar in the sense where it's like, and we were saying this outside before we went in here, like. You're a very fun, chatty person. Like you're gonna have fun on a date, no matter who you're sitting across the table with, because
Right.
you're not gonna shut the fuck up. Like you're
Exactly.
entertaining yourself.
100%.
Train wreck, I like that.
No.
Which is what you do.
This is what I do exactly. Like I said, I'm exhausted after dates. We kind of went into what would you say your type is? So you like an older guy who's straight vibes but not.
Yeah. Well, older's not at all like
Okay.
a requirement. That's just
Correct
like what
me.
I seem to trend with.
Okay.
Honestly, I am having a lot of like guys in college reach out via TikTok, and I was like, I would go younger, but
Are
not
they
at this.
out?
I,
Are
yeah,
they,
they're
like-
out. But like, I'm like, I would go younger, but not at this age, because younger than me is still in college. I
Right.
think in
Wait, also
fourth.
like they're like really young.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, well, but college can still be like 22, and I'm only 24. So
true.
like, I think I'd be open to going younger, but once I'm older. Like when I'm
Okay.
28, I'll go for 24, but when I'm 24, I can't really go for 20.
That's true.
Yeah.
I
always say,
can,
like,
but it's there's
You,
such a.
you don't want to talk about frat parties.
They're like
and-
like I really do, but like they're.
that's literally his whole bit.
No, but like not
It's
there. I want to
awesome.
talk about like the way frat parties were for me. And like I know
Yeah.
it's only like 3 or 4 years, but like,
Right.
things change so quick. These are like kids who had COVID high school. Like we're different.
Right.
We're different.
Have you ever done anything embarrassing on a date, or like said anything that you were like, oh fuck, in your 8 dates?
I went on a date with someone where we had a mutual friend, and
Did you play the nice good old game of Jewish geography?
well, I play that on every single date, and it
Really?
and it lasts way too long. I have to call myself
No,
off.
you have to cut it off.
Also, I think it's not fun to play the geography game.
It's horrible. Oh,
because
geography, I
now
like
they
that.
feel like they're being watched. Like, oh, well, who's he gonna report back to? I'm like, you know, when you realize you and someone have 30 people in common, I get very careful about what I say because you don't know who they're gonna go tell it to, and you don't know what
Exactly.
you know.
Right.
So,
Also, I always say this: you want to create your own opinion about the person. You don't want to create the
100%,
opinion based off what Joe
100%.
Schmo
And
Smith
the
Rothbard
gay
was
Jewish
saying.
world is so freaking small that
Yeah.
any date I go into, I already have 10,000 opinions about them. 10,000 opinions about them that
Right.
I try to like remove from my brain. It's really hard.
What's the whole deal with like after a date with a guy? Like, what's the whole like the next day text? Like, is that a thing in the gay community? Because you know, like in
If
the
it
straight
is,
world,
if it
it's
is,
like,
I'm really bad at that.
But like, yeah, how does that work? Like, 'cause usually
Like
it's
who
like
checks on who when you get home?
No. Like it's just. I guess my answer is just like NA, like non-applicable.
Non-applicable.
We're just not. It's just like it's not like. Guys would not do that for girls if they didn't think that the girl was waiting for it or expected it. So like imagine that social pressure being gone. The guy would never send the text.
True.
And since it's 2 guys, that text doesn't happen. You do it maybe if you want to see them again. It's like, hey, I want to see you again. But like
I
the
feel
whole
like
like,
there's like less rules.
and there's
in the
there's no
community.
rules because we have nothing to base it off of.
That's
like,
true.
There's no like role model or like setup.
You guys
or
are creating your
anything.
own rules.
We're making it up as we fucking go, and it's a little bit of a shit show for that reason. But like, good for us.
Maybe that's why you guys are
trailblazers.
just sucking and fucking instead of actually making connections.
Right. Right. But yeah, no one's doing that. And if you're supposed to, please correct me. And I might be a bad guy for this, but
But I also think it's a good opportunity for you to just like, I mean, you should do this anyway if you're straight or not, but just like do what you want to do. Like if you want to text them the next day, like text them
Right.
the next day. Like
I feel like you probably should.
yeah.
Now that I'm thinking about it,
Just
again,
as a
I've
courtesy.
never done
As a
that.
I mean, unless
Courtesy.
you totally didn't give a shit.
Right.
So
Right.
any of these guys you go on a date with, any good leads?
There's a couple.
Oh, that's,
good.
you've only been on a couple of dates. That's great.
Yeah, I'm finding now that like with dates, I have like ridiculously high standards, which is funny because on Grindr you don't
Yeah,
even
but
have
you
the
should
opportunity
have
to do
high
that. And I should,
standards.
and
You
I should.
should.
So maybe I'm like too picky. I guess that's like what every single person thinks. Like, oh well, I'm too picky, so
Yeah.
that's why I don't.
But you
But
gotta
when you
pick and
meet the
choose.
right person, you'll just
Right.
know. Like
Yeah.
the
I also have
connection
this
will
like
be easy.
fantasy of meeting them in real life. I think a lot of people have
Yeah,
that
you
fantasy.
need to get that.
I need to
out.
I need to
You
grow
need
up.
to get
I
it
need to grow
out.
up. I need
like
to grow
there
up.
there are like amazing people on apps. Like I have gone on great dates. Like
And listen,
through
I'm on apps, so there
Right.
really are because I have to believe there are, or I'm not great.
Right.
Or
Like, I
what?
can't-
Or now that you're doing this full time, you could just hang out in Whole Foods. You know,
Right.
touching
Yeah, create your
oranges all
content
day.
in Whole or in like Tribeca, and you could find your older man.
Yeah, I could just like walk around every. I don't know. I don't
You
know.
could find your finance guy, 6'5", blue eyes. What's the rest of the show?
Trending.
Right.
Oh, come over that
Well, you know my
trends.
theory is that guy's anti-Semitic
Yeah.
because there's no. I mean, first of all, he literally sounds like a freaking Nazi to begin with. 6'5", blue eyes. The whole.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for that. And by the way, most girls aren't. Please, every.
Did you see Bethany Frankel's video about 6'5" blue eyes?
Of course I did.
You saw
I'm obsessed with Bethany Frankel. She follows me on TikTok.
She
Oh,
does.
so
Can
that's
you get her on the
huge.
pod?
I don't think she knows me from a hole in the wall. But
Okay,
at one
perfect.
point in time, she thought I was funny
I
enough
know
to follow
somebody
me.
who was college roommates with her.
Well, let's get her on the pod.
I don't know if she can do it.
All right, we got to wrap. We had one more. Oh, well, Bethany Frankel's 6'5", blue eyes, and she was like, "Let's talk about it, ladies. Like 6'5", a little too fucking tall. Blue eyes, yeah, that's nice. Finance, fuck no. They're wearing their vests. They're out all the time. They're at work drinks. They're at their desks. Like, it's horrible dating a 6'5", blue eyes
100%.
guy.
And they work nonstop. My finance guy friends work nonstop, and their girlfriends like reap the benefits of like Hillstone once a week. But outside of that, like, they're lonely.
I have a hot take.
Don't
I don't
Don't.
die over Hillstone. Like, I don't not like it, but like I don't get the whole I'm obsessed with Hillstone energy.
And respectfully, you're wrong.
Yeah.
They do little things like when they swap out your glass halfway through for newly chilled glass.
Decadent.
The
Decadent.
consistency of their food. Also, I love a scene. So like people hate bumping into people they know. I fucking love it. So like Hillstone cracks me up because every time I go, I see 7 people I know. I walk around from table to table. I'm like, how's your food?
Absolutely. If we're talking about like actual like food, like I don't die over it. But like martini glass, killer.
Fine.
Obsessed with that. Gin martini, dirty, not too dirty, extra olives, blue stuffed, amazing.
All true.
On that note, I like to wrap with this question. Now that you're like a new dater, I would say, what is your best piece of advice you can give to someone who's dating, getting into dating, coming out, whatever it may be? What's something to keep someone comfortable or just helps you get through it? It can be something you've been told, something you've told people.
Oh God. I first thought it was be yourself, but I'm not saying that because that's so lame.
Be yourself.
No, that's lazy.
No, that's what I say.
Be you. Everyone else is taken.
Correct.
Okay. The same way that you look at someone else and like have a crush on them, someone feels that way about you. And that really didn't click for me until like later on in life when people started noticing me on TikTok. And I was like, people started noticing me in public from TikTok and they act so weird. And then one time I saw a famous person, I acted so weird. And I was like, you know what? Like, I'm that girl.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. If they're
This
like,
is real.
like,
This
right.
is me.
Literally, like, if you look at someone who's like attractive or funny, like you get butterflies. Like, there is someone who's doing that for you.
Us.
So, like, you're right.
We're doing that right now.
You're that girl. Like, have the confidence. Like, I think it's so hard to like really actually believe like you're hot, you're worthy of love.
Yeah.
But like, there's so many people out there who think it because you're thinking about someone else and you're
That's
not
so
special.
true.
Right.
I love that.
Right. And we always say that too, though. Like
What?
back to dating, like I used to say to you, like, well, do you think he likes you? And now in hindsight, looking back, like, who cares if he likes you? Do you like him? Does he do it for you?
Right.
Like,
That's a
that's
good
what's
point.
more important.
That's true.
Wow, it was a lot of giggles.
I know.
I think I have abs
You're
after
great.
that. You're
Thanks.
amazing.
You guys are
I
great.
feel like we
Okay.
need to do a bit on like podcasting now.
Wait, best first podcast ever.
First
Ah.
ever.
First ever.
See, you're not a virgin.
Oh
You're like
God,
my first
shit.
everything. You're like my first.
It sounds like I fucked you or you fucked me.
No, I know.
I mean, you're adorable, but you're gay. On that note, don't forget us when you're super huge and famous. Like,
I
we're
won't.
your OGs.
I won't.
Like, gave you
Right.
your first influencer partnership deal plus
Yeah.
podcast opportunity.
Yep,
Don't
yep.
forget
Right.
us.
Yep, yep.
And where could we find you? Like, on social media.
Oh, yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah.
TikTok at Murray Hillboy, Instagram MaxCone1, Instagram for my TikTok coming soon. I have a lot of like brand growing to do.
First step is go public.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can
Yeah.
help you out with that.
I have to
for a living.
I have like a bad aesthetic on Instagram. I have to like reorder all my slideshows, which is gonna take way too much time and energy.
Okay.
But maybe,
Okay, cool.
maybe soon.
You just need to start posting your TikToks on Reels.
Right.
Cool.
Thank
We'll
you.
chat.
Yeah.
This is what I do for a living.
To be continued.
And this is what I do for a living too now.
Wait. Yay!
Yay.
Okay.
That's
Thank you
great.
so much for listening. Subscribe, 5 stars, all that good shit. And we'll see you next time.
Be well.
Be well.